Last week we talked about the times. It was the worst of times. Remember that? Luke chapter 1, verse 30. And we're going to read down to verse 34. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will be with child and give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever. His kingdom will never end." "How will this be?" Mary asked the angel, "since I am a virgin?" Lord, I love you. I give you the glory, the honor, and the praise. Lord, and I know that everything that comes to me comes through your hands, and I bless you for that. I ask, Holy Spirit, that you would speak to each heart, each life. Let the minds move through the clutter of the world, the voices that are challenging your will, and they would rest in good soil. I pray that you move in signs and wonders. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. 2 weeks before the baby is due. If Jesus Mary were alive right now, and his birthday was December 25th, or 2 weeks to the day before the baby is due. So I want us to look back during that time at the sacrifices that Christmas represents. It's an amazing time. To think about it, if a woman's going to travel, determining if it's safe for a woman and her unborn baby to travel, right? It depends on some factors. You know, ladies, you know this a lot better than most men. I'm just doing it through what I've read, but women, you know that 2 weeks before you're about ready to give birth is not a good time to be moving around. Amen? So when you're thinking about traveling factors, even today, you have to ask yourself, how far along is she? And how far are you going? Right? You know, if you're pregnant 2 weeks, you can travel maybe, from here to Pueblo, here to Denver, but you don't want to travel from here to New York. That's a rough ride. My wife, one time, she was pregnant. She was really pregnant, and I was taking off, because I always take off, and she wanted to go with me to L.A. And I go, "Deborah, you're pregnant. You're only I think she's like a month away. You're really pregnant. You don't want to go. You always leave me, And I go, "Yeah, I do, but okay, get in the van." It was a van. We're in the van. We travel all over the place. So we go to L.A., and coming back through Central California, if you've never been in there and you drove through the Tule fog, anybody, you guys know what I'm talking about? That dense Tule fog in Central California, where you can't see nothing. And I remember I'm driving that thing, and I could barely see from me to Carlos. It was just, and I'm behind. So what I did, I got behind a big old semi truck, because I could barely see the lights. It was like, but I was like, white knuckling it all the way down. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I got to pull over, because we're coming back. It's dark at night. It's foggy. And I pulled over into a truck stop. My wife said, "What are you doing?" I got to pull over. "You got to keep driving," because she was, I don't feel good. My back hurt. She was miserable. And I looked at her. I felt like saying, "I told you not to come," but I didn't say that. I thought it. I looked at her. I go, "But Deborah, I can't. I need a rest, man. I can't take it. It's just too. I'm nerve-wracking." My wife, "You sissy." I looked at her, I started laughing. I go, "Yeah, okay, I'm pulling. That ain't going to work. I'm pulling in. I know. I got to drive." So I took about half an hour break just to rest, then got back on the highway and kept driving in. But she was miserable. So how do you plan on traveling? Car, bus, train, airplane, right? And how long will you be away? We're talking about pregnant ladies. 2 weeks. Remember, 2 weeks. According to the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, the safest time for a pregnant woman to travel is during the second trimester, right? And she's usually at that time feeling the best. Especially when you're being taken care of, the natal care, you got the vitamins, you're like Hercules, right? You're good, you're healthy. right? You're all happy, your baby's growing, and, it's just something about a woman. At that time, they're like ready to roll. But then the hormonal changes begin to really, really start kicking in because that little body is starting to grow, right? Estrogen and progesterone are the chief pregnancy hormones. A woman will produce more estrogen during one pregnancy than she will throughout her entire life when she's not pregnant. So the woman's body is like really changing. So guys, when your wife's pregnant and they're acting crazy, let them act crazy. They deserve it. They have a right to. Amen? Things are happening like, okay, I'm sorry. You just let it go. Be cool, right? So, not only that, a pregnant woman's entire posture changes, right? She's gaining weight everywhere. She's gaining weight in places that she didn't know she could gain weight. You know what I'm talking about? And she knows it like, like that cartoon, right? She looked at me, and she go to, guys, that little cartoon, remember the lady says, honey, am I fat? And the guy he goes, honey, am I stupid? No, because he ain't gonna answer that question, amen? But everything's changing. Her back is getting sore, her curvature is changing, adjusting to the weight, the combined effects of the center of gravity going forward lead to changing. And then what happens? She's off balance now. Because before she was walking normal, now she's off balance, and she's like, whoa, she got a balance, right, ladies? Like, whoa, that's why they waddle when they walk. They walk because they got a balance, right? I feel, thank you, Lord, that I'm a man. During the second trimester of pregnancy, the mother's heart at rest is working 40% higher than normal. It's just resting, just sitting down. Her heart's going, why? Because she's doing all this stuff. During the pregnancy, the amount of air moving in and out of the lungs increases by 50%. So when people, pregnant ladies go, I'm tired, because you've been working hard. Estrogen's going, right? Your heart's beating, you're breathing more, you're getting a workout sitting down. 2 weeks before Jesus is born, there's Mary. At this time, the shepherds were in the field. In Luke chapter 2, verse 8, through 11, read like this, and there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over the flock at night. And an angel appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. So during this time, prior to that, they're out there. They're out there, remaining outdoors under the open sky with their flocks. There was this commonly done thing to keep the flocks from straying. Shepherds would spend the night. So during this whole time, 2 weeks before, they're out there at night. And things were happening. Remember, they were seeing different things in the sky taking place. And I'll talk more about this later, but you have to understand, they didn't have TV. They didn't have radio. So one of the things that was very common to men and women at that time is they would lay and watch the stars. That's why they seen things that we never would see. They had no lights like ours, so everything was black, and they could see things, and they could tell things, and those patterns and different things that we never ever think about. Why? Because we don't take the time. When was the last time we laid down for an hour or two and looked at the stars? We don't do that. The only stars we look at is on TV, the Voice, and all the other kind of stars. Yeah, America's Greatest Dummy, or you know what I mean. Shepherds spent the night with their sheep. Let's keep reading. This will be a sign that you will find a baby wrapped in clothes, lying in a manger. Suddenly, a great company of heavenly hosts appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men whom His favor rests." When the angels have left them and gone to heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see what's happening, which the Lord has told us about." See, the shepherds, they were outcasts of the Jewish population. Why would these lowly people be the first to know about the birth of Jesus? Why? Because that's how God operates. He always goes to the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. These shepherds were the perfect starting point. They kept watch over the sheep, and these sheep were the sheep that were used in sacrifice. So their occupation made them equipped to know what sheep required and what a shepherd looked like. 1 Peter reads like this in verse 1 of chapter 5. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, serving as overseers, not because you must, but because you are willing. As God wants you to be not greedy for money, but eager to serve. Not lording over those entrusted you, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade. So these shepherds who understood what a shepherd was, hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. Then you have the story happened during this time of the wise men. But the wise men, you have to go back because they're going to converge on what's happening, right, with Mary being pregnant, the shepherds in the field. But they're looking at the stars from a different perspective, and they've been studying the stars for decades. Matthew 2, 1 through 2. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is this born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. Now, the estimation is that these wise men have been traveling and Jesus had been born, and it's about a 2-year trek. So it could be anywhere from a year to 2 years later that the wise men arrive in town. Because you see the stories and the cards that the wise men are there at the birth of Jesus. No. He was already anywhere from 1 to 2 years old when the wise men came into town. But they included 3 classes of people. You had astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. See, in the book of Daniel, the astrologers are called magi, or they're grouped with the magicians and the sorcerers. Chaldeans were advisors to the court of Babylon with responsibility to interpret dreams. These people had giftings. The word wise men in the original comes from the word hakamim, which actually means medicine men. The Chaldean medicine was a branch of magic. The wise men of Matthew 2:7 who came from the east, they came from an area that we consider right now modern-day Iraq, the land of the Chaldeans. Iraq, Iran, if you go there, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, all the stands were the Persian Empire, all the way to India, right? So the Greek historian Herodotus, writing in the 5th century BC, identified the Magi, and this is important, as a caste of the Medes. Now, I'm getting a little deep, but it'll hit you when you're reading your Bible later on. These Medes had a priestly function in the Persian Empire. Wise men. So these wise men, this is the technical description, who are adept at magic, divination. In the ancient world, they had a different type of knowledge. And their interpretation, people looked at them as if, like, from awe, like these people were like smart. It's like when you run into a professor or some kind of neurosurgeon or you know, like, well, that guy's smart, you know. Like, what's that guy who ran for president? Ben Carson. That's a smart dude. He mastered brain surgery, and he separated twins at the head, and by hand, you know, he's a smart guy. So they were kind of like that. They were looked at like that. Are you with me? Moses learned of the wisdom of the Egyptians, which came through the wisdom of the teachings of the Magi. Daniel mastered the learning of the Chaldeans. These are all in Daniel 1:4. Astrology, magic, sorcery, and interpreting dreams. So this story stretches our imagination when we're told that something brought them to Jerusalem. These Magi. Matthew 2:2 reads, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and come to worship him. Now think about this. We look at this like, how could that be? Here are some Magi in the east. Why would they come to worship him? Because these people looked at the stars. Now, I've been doing study, and I mentioned this years ago, but I'm going to give you something here. It blew my mind. It still does. They found in the 1900s a device in a shipwreck in the Mediterranean Sea. It was called the Antikythera device. And they had this device, and they put it in in casing. They encased it and they displayed it because they found other Roman jewels and statues and art. But they did not know what this device, but they kept it there. And it wasn't until 1951 that they began to unfold it. And it wasn't until very recently, in the past several decades, that they actually figured out what this device was. Now, this device, the time period that it came from was 200 years before Christ. Okay? Now think about this, 200 years before Christ. The device had 50 to 60 gears, right? Now, if you know what a mechanic gears, right? And these gears were in a box the size of a shoebox. And remember, they didn't know they had it until they began to investigate. Many of the gears, now again, I don't want to get too deep, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway, were gears based on prime number gears. 19, 127, 53, and 223. There's a number of teeth on every gear. This is in this box that was made 200 years before Christ. Stay with me. The gears acted like, this is what they figured out now, like a computer program. They initially found that it predicted eclipses of both lunar and solar. Not only did it predict, when I say predict, this device told the future of when lunar and solar eclipses would happen. Not only did it tell the future date, but it also told what color. It's an amazing device. Over 200 years before Christ, they began to investigate and couldn't figure it out because how did they do this? They brought in X-ray machines that were able to X-ray the device, and they saw the layers as they made 3D models. Now, the technology today is very unique. And in the models, in these little gears, they found inscriptions, handwritten inscriptions that told them when they were made, how. They didn't know this in the 1900s. They know that today. Over 200 years before Christ, Greek mathematicians made a breakthrough in the 223 prime number month file that predicted the future, that 18-year period. Well, they understood that these prime numbers, based on the way their sun and everything rolled, could tell the future. After decades of computer and X-ray research, it was determined that this computer was the first created by Greek mathematicians to inform them of movements of their solar system. Why? Because somebody was smart enough to look at the sky and figured it out mathematically how they could tell the future. Now, stay with me. That knowledge landed in the hands of the Arabs or Moors, and then it was taken to the Persian Babylonian astronomers. Thus, these men made the Antikythera device. So they found that these men, and who were these men? These were the wise men. So in their device, in their deductions, they were able to predict the future based on the star. They said they saw a star. Now, I said all that just so I could act like I'm smart. Despite all the brilliance, let's bring it home, and computer-like achievement, this device did not make them wise. No. What made the wise men or the magi of Matthew 2 wise, only two out of every 100 people will ever reach their goal. You have a goal, 2 out of 100 reach it. It's amazing statistic when you have a long-term goal. Yeah, short-term goals, yeah, but the long-term goals. 23% of people do not even know what they want. Two things that made the Magi wise. They knew what they were going for, and they knew how to get it. It had nothing to all the stuff. They knew what they were going for, and they knew how to get it. These ancient computer scientists, pursuing their observation of the stars, encountered a sign from God and responded to the call. That made them wise. Because I've been pastoring a long time. I've seen God's call placed on men and women, and they reject it. These wise men who had it all, who deduced the future, lunar and solar eclipse. And there's a reason why lunar and solar eclipse are very important in history, but it'll just take too long to get deep into it. But they respond. They knew what they're going for. Now, check this out. They have their book, they're reading their stars, they know something great is taking place. They really don't know about it, but they hear tales. So, they had to travel 800 miles towards the east. Here they are, they have their device, they know something's going on, they see the stars. These are wise men. They don't just move because, they're emotional. They know what they're doing. So they had to travel 800 miles. Now, the normal walking speed of a camel is 3 miles per hour. Wise men. And the best way to travel in the desert is by what? Camel. They didn't have flights. 3 miles per hour. A working camel will cover 25 miles a day. They had to go 800 miles. 32 days to Bethlehem by camel. See, they know where they were going. Do you know where you're going? So that's the question. Here we are at Christmas. We're celebrating Jesus. We're going to lift up the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. But you know what? Most people do not know where they're going with God's call in their life. They don't. Oh, I love Jesus. I go to church. Oh, and they want to get involved, and they get involved, but there's so many things going on. They get sidetracked. It's like you're on the freeway. They take you too many off-ramps when you're on the freeway to your calling. Yeah. You know where you're going. See, they knew how to get it. Not only did they know where they're going, they knew how to get it. See, the call of God is very simple. It's just like those camels. It's one step at a time. See, we don't want the one step at a time. We want the whole itinerary. Not only do we want the itinerary, we want the budget. And then we have conflicting itineraries. We have God's itinerary that we want and He don't give you. Then you have your itinerary. Conflicting itineraries. You have your reality of an itinerary and God's imaginary itinerary, because most of us, even I, really don't know where God's going to take us at the end. We do know this. I know this. I mean, not know exactly where He's going to take me, but I know I'm on the right track. Amen. And that's all you really can know, because when you're taking when your God's will is one step at a time, you can never really know where He's taking you. And so people hate the one step at a time camel movement. They want to see the 3D, 4K television screen image of their call. And it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen that way. One step at a time by camel foot. So in essence, these wise men who were wealthy by profession, were the smartest of their breed, who had the sciences down, knew they had to sacrifice to get where God wanted them. Yeah. So their wisdom came not from their knowledge, but from the action that they took. Their wisdom is seen in their sacrifice. Now listen, I've never rode a camel. Anybody ever rode a camel? I rode a horse, never a camel. And a horse was a trip. I don't know, I can't, because at least a horse you can, you know what I mean? You can get going. I was on a horse one time, and it hit the belly, and that horse started right, and I went forward, and I flew. That was a trip. But a horse would get going. A camel, 3 miles per hour, with no DVD. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, 3 miles per hour. Where you going? Oh, we see the star. But they had a sacrifice. See, Joseph had the same dilemma. He was a wise man. The quality that Joseph displayed during Mary's pregnancy, I mean, are you kidding me? Joseph believed God, and he obeyed God. He didn't just believe, because we all say, oh, I believe. Can you obey? It's the difficult part. See, it's the easy part when you go, oh, I obey God. But listen, God always works through a man, and that's where the collision takes place. And I tell everybody, the way you can avoid God's calling, I'm going to let you on secret, all you got to do is remove me. You get me out of the way, then you can do anything you want. Because you can say, oh, I don't have to listen to that guy. He's not God. You're right. But I know how God works. That's the way it happens. My pastor laid his hands on me. Pastor Sonny laid his hand on him. When I got here in this city, Pastor Sonny laid his hands on me and Nikki Cruz. Yeah. So what, I don't listen to those guys? No. When I listen to Pastor Sonny and Nikki, I'm listening to God. Because God has given me direction through my leaders.
Thank you, Lord.
That happens. So you have to come to a point. Luke 2, verse 4 reads, so Joseph also went up to the town of Nazareth in Galilee, to Judah, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and the line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him as an expecting child. And was expecting child. So here they are. Joseph, imagine Joseph. Here he's got a woman who's pregnant from another man. Now, we say, well, he's super with God. But he had to believe, remember? I'm sure Joseph loved God, right? Yeah. He believed God. But right now, he had a chick who was pregnant. Wow. The reality is, wow, some dude messed around with my girl. But the thing about Joseph, he knew what he was going for, and he also knew how to get it. I believe Joseph, the Magi was pretty heavy, but Joseph perhaps made one of the greatest sacrifices for any man. Joseph sacrificed his manhood. Come on, fellas. How many of us we all would have told Mary, you got to kick rocks. You got pregnant by God. Yeah, right, okay. You know what I mean? But Joseph said, no, I'm going to believe you, Mary. I love you. I'm going to believe you. And then God spoke to him. And we've all been spoken to God before. You know how when you get spoken to God, then the next day you go, was that really God? Begin to doubt. Did that really happen? Don't you think Mary went through that? Was that really God? Then she's getting pregnant. 2 weeks. He goes, man, God, how did this happen? Right? She's still doubting 2 weeks before pregnancy. Now, Joseph, now she's pregnant, really pregnant. And could you imagine the doubts he had? And everybody knew that that was not Joseph's boy. So what did Joseph do? He sacrificed his manhood. That's heavy to me. Mary, on the other side, challenging assignment that Mary gave this 14-year-old girl. And you don't realize that. She was 14 years old. So not only did Joseph sacrifice his manhood, he in people's eyes, he was with a little girl, 14 years old. How many of us would want our girl, 14, to get pregnant right now? None of us. Well, heck no. What if your daughter said, well, Mary did it? It's like, whoa, that'd be heavy, huh? Maybe I think weird, but I go, whoa. That's amazing to me. The challenging assignment of a 14-year-old girl, her faith, her courage. Remember, the week before Christmas, women experiencing the following condition should not exercise during pregnancy, according to the American OB/GYN. You can't. That 2 weeks, you can't exercise no more. You're too close. Pregnancy-induced hypertension or toxemia can go up. Preterm rupture of membranes can happen. Preterm labor in a previous or current pregnancy. Things could happen that you don't want to happen. Persistent second and third term trimester bleeding. So here she is, 2 weeks, and Joseph says, God spoke to me, and we're going back to Bethlehem. Her faith, her courage is a challenge. Her trust in God during the most difficult times is evident. Mary risked much in order to obey God. Her decision to see this through was one of the biggest acts of trust and love for God. Ladies, how many of us or you would travel like that? And we're not talking about a car. She was riding on a donkey. Could you imagine being pregnant 2 weeks? Coming to Bethlehem. That's mind-blowing to me. Luke 1:26. Let's keep reading. I'm almost done. In the 6th month, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, greetings, you are highly favored. The Lord is with you. Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. Stop. See, you ever notice? Let me tell you something. Whenever you find favor with God, I thought favor always comes through the avenue of trouble. In other words, God wants to give you favor. Say, you go, I want favor. Okay, you want favor? Okay, you got to go through this trouble because the favor's right here. So we think, give me favor. Give me favor. No. He said, you want favor? The favor goes to the trouble, and it's right here. See, once you pass the test, like I was talking about Pastor James, there's nothing greater than tested faith. Once you pass the test, favor is the reward.
Thank you, Lord.
Remember, years ago, I shared with you where people were offering me, another ministry wanted me to go to Texas and start another church and leave Victor Arch. And at that time, it was looked pretty good. Church, they gave church building, house, salary. And Sam knows the guy who offered it to me, right? And I was going through it. I said, oh, man, that's tempting. But you know what happened? I asked for God's favor. I asked for God's favor and said, okay. So I went through this test. And I rejected it. I went through all kinds of changes, right? And then I remember, after that happened, I'm in Chicago, Illinois, with a bunch of pastors, about 30 pastors in a room, a little bit smaller than this. We're on a circle, and Pastor Sonny's there. And I'll never forget, I hold on to this. He goes, Pastor Al. And I'm like, uh-oh, what do I do now? You know, Pastor Sonny. He goes, you see that man right there? In front of all these pastors. That man is faithful. That man is loyal. But if I had not passed the test, what would he be saying about that man? See, I prayed for favor, and I got it. See, she's highly favored, and she had to get on a donkey, pregnant, from someone she never met, never touched, and have to convince her husband to be that everything's going to be all right. Then you can get favor. This wise man was actually a young girl who sacrificed her reputation. Think about what people were saying about Mary. Oh, yeah, right. God got her pregnant. You whore. Come on now. Do you think anybody believed that God got her pregnant? I mean, Joseph had a hard time believing. Do you think anybody really believed that? She had to sacrifice her reputation. Joseph sacrificed his manhood. The wise men sacrificed their wisdom and followed something. Mary sacrificed her reputation. Luke 1:38 reads, I am the Lord's servant, Mary answered. This is what we all need to say. May it be to me as you have said. Then the angel left her. So here we are in Christmas time as I close. What's your sacrifice? What are we going to sacrifice? Or should we? I talk about it. There has to be, with any kind of relationship, there has to be a sacrifice. Especially what we're talking about, the call of God on people's lives. It doesn't come easy. The Magi endured a grueling journey for the privilege, now listen, of giving gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Not only did the Magi know where they're going, they were willing to go there, they brought an offering. So I was always asked myself, how in the heck did Mary and Joseph survive? Well, they got funded by the Magi. Yeah. They dropped off the most valuable minerals and spices and perfumes of the day. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Joseph endures his journey and sacrificed his manhood for the right to raise a boy that was not his. Now listen, I have raised kids that are not mine. And although I love them, there's always that little tinge in them that, well, you're not my real dad. It takes, that little tinge takes like 30 years to finally say, you know what, you are my dad. Because always in the back of the mind, that's not my real dad. 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 Huh? And it becomes a point of conflict. Joseph had to raise a boy that was not his. What a sacrifice. Mary traveled during the last trimester of her pregnancy, 2 weeks before she was due. Sacrificed her reputation for the privilege of raising her son, who she knew was destined to be killed. What a sacrifice. See, because she endured that, That's why she's highly favored. This Christmas, we have to go home and ask ourselves, what are we going to sacrifice for the Lord? Should we? Could we? Will we? See, I enjoy Christmas. I love the lights. I do. I love all the fanfare. I do. I have the food. It's with the food. You know what I mean? The food. I love all the tamales and everything. However, let's not let that drown out the reality of what God is doing in our lives. What is God doing in our lives? What is God doing in our ministry? He will only do to you what you agreed to do. The Magi agreed to take this journey. Joseph agreed to believe Mary. Mary agreed to whatever you say, let it happen. I want every head bowed and every eye closed.